Holy shit, stop. This is about how I caught my mom and my boyfriend cheating. I never thought that I would be here, sitting in front of a camera, making a video like this. To be honest, I'm still numb, but I'm tired of protecting people who destroyed my life, and I need to get it out there before they spin the narrative. If you had told me a month ago that the two people I loved and trusted the most in this world, my boyfriend of 3 years, Marcus, and my own mother, were sleeping together, behind my back, I would have told you that you were crazy. But looking back, the signs were always there. I just was too blind and too loyal to see them. Please, if you're watching this right now, hit that share button because what they did to me is sick and I need everybody to know exactly who they really are. Let's start from the beginning so you understand just how deep this betrayal really goes. Marcus and I, we met in college. We've been together for 3 years and we literally were planning a future together. We were looking at houses, talking about marriage, talking about kids. He was my rock, or so at least I thought. My mom is a different story. She has always been competitive. Growing up, she always had to be the center of attention. If I got a new dress, she had to buy one that was tighter. When I brought Marcus home to meet the family for the first time, she didn't just welcome him. She went completely over the top. She wore a dress that was way too revealing for a family dinner. She laughed just a little too much at his jokes, and she kept finding excuses to touch his arm. At the time, I was naive. I thought, "Ah, this is just great. So amazing. My mom loves my boyfriend." I thought it was a blessing that they got along so well. But then things started changing. Marcus started volunteering to help my mom with things around the house constantly. "Oh, your mom needs her lawn mowed. Your mom needs help fixing her Wi Fi. Your mom's car is making a weird noise. Let me go look at it." He'd be gone for 4 or 5 hours at a time. And when he came back, he would immediately jump in the shower. One night, he came home and smelled like a very specific, expensive perfume that my mom wears. And when I asked him about it, he completely flipped the script on me. He got aggressive. He said, "I'm just trying to be a good future son in law. Why are you interrogating? Why don't you trust me?" And because I loved him so much, I felt guilty. And me, actually apologized to him. The turning point, the moment that the blindfold was ripped off, happened about 2 weeks ago. It was my mom's 45th birthday. We all went out to a nice restaurant to celebrate. Halfway through the dinner, Marcus got up to use the restroom, and about 2 minutes after he left the table, my mom's phone buzzed. It was right in my line of sight, next to my water glass. Now, I'm not a snooper, and I've never looked through Marcus's phone, and I've never even looked through my mom's phone, but the screen lit up right in my line of sight. The preview message read, "I can't wait to get you away from her later tonight." My heart literally stopped. But here's the kicker. The contact name on her screen wasn't a name. It was just a single emoji, a black heart. Right at that exact second, Marcus walked back from the restroom, sliding his phone into his front pocket. My mom grabbed her phone, looked at the message, and smiled to herself, and then looked up at Marcus. They exchanged this look. It was a look of shared secrets. It was a look of intimacy. A cold sweat broke out all over my body, like immediately. No, 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 I told myself. You're just being paranoid. That's your biological mother, and that's your boyfriend. Just stop it, girl. What the heck? But the seed of doubt was already planted. Last Friday, the psychological torture became just too much for me. And I decided that I needed to know the truth once and for all. I needed proof, or I just needed to clear my head, really. I told Marcus that my company was sending me on an all day conference in the next city over, and that I wouldn't be back until late Saturday morning. I watched his face closely when I told him this, and he tried so hard to hide his excitement. He kissed me, and he told me he loved me, and he told me to drive safely. It felt like I was watching a horror movie. But I was the main character. Instead of driving to the conference, I drove down the street from my own apartment building and parked behind a row of trees and just sat there in my car. I sat there for about 3 agonizing hours, just waiting, praying that I was wrong, hoping that Marcus would just stay inside, watch TV, and prove that I was being crazy. At exactly 8:15 p.m., a car pulled up into my apartment complex, and my heart literally dropped to my stomach. It was a white SUV, my mom's car. I watched her get out. She wasn't wearing, casual mother clothes. She was wearing a short black dress, full makeup, and high heels. She walked straight up the stairs to my apartment and pulled out her spare key, the one that I gave her for emergencies, and walked right in. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely breathe. I sat in my car for probably about another 20 minutes or so. I wanted to give them enough time so that there would be absolutely no excuses. No, "Oh, we were just talking," or "This isn't what it looks like." I finally got out of my car, and my legs were so heavy they felt like lead. I walked up the stairs to my own front door and reached for the handle. It was unlocked. I pushed it open quietly. The living room was pitch black. but I could hear music blasting from out of the back of the apartment, my room. And then I heard her voice. I pulled out my phone and I hit that record button and started to walk down the hallway towards my bedroom door. I'm out of time for part one, but I am going to drop part two right now. So click or check my profile because what happened when I opened that door quite literally changed my life forever.